Welcome back to Piano Africa. This is lesson 3. In the last lesson, we learned the concept of keys, roots of key, tone and semitone. Today, we are going to go a step further. We'll learn about scales, what they mean, and the different types of scales used in music. Let's start with the word scale. Now, before we talk about scales in music, let's talk about something we already know, and that is scales for measurement. This is something we are doing almost in everyday life. After that, I'm going to relate it back to music. So now, I'm with a ruler. Now, if you are talking about measurement, this is a tool for measuring length. This is a ruler, a meter rule used for measuring length. What we call scale. This is scale in measurement now. That is what I'm talking about. Used in measuring different objects. Like I can decide now to measure this a marker. This an ink marker I'm holding with this ruler. Okay. Now, if you look at the ruler, it has different scale on it. It has you can measure something in centimeters. You can decide to measure something in millimeters. You can decide to measure something in inches. So I can decide to measure this pen with any of the scale I decide to make use. So that's let's with this knowledge relate it to music. So in music has something called scale. In fact, different scales are used in measuring songs. But instead of measuring in centimeters, inches, millimeters, and so on, as in the case of the ruler, it is music is measured in scales called major scale, minor scale, pentatonic scale, chromatic scale, and so on. So in summary, musical scales, you can say musical scales are used to measure songs. Okay, as that. So there are many scales of many types of scales in music, but we'll just focus on the most common ones that every beginner must know. So before I go on to show you on the keyboard, the scales I'm going to show you one that is the major scale, 2 minor scale, 3 chromatic scale, 4 pentatonic scale, and the 5th one, the blue scale. I'm just going to tell you briefly about each of the scale, and then I'll show you each of them on the piano. So if we are talking about the first scale, which I mentioned, the major scale, this one sounds happy. It's the happiest and brightest sounding scale. Okay, it is the one most songs are built around. Now, in lesson 2, I explained the concept of tones and semitones. That will be helpful in what I'm going to show you now. Now, if you haven't gotten that tone, what I mean by tone and semitone, I think you should check that the lesson before this one, lesson 2. You should check that out. And I explained tones and semitones, yes, in that. So now the pattern of steps that make up a major scale is, first of all, you have to pick the key you are playing on, and I told you the key is the root. Let's say you want to play on the key of A, right? Let's select A now. A. Okay. Now the next thing to do is you have gotten the root. Now you listen to the steps. I'm calling them based on tones and semitones. So you can make use of this as a formula and memorize it. So that is what you use to find the scale of the major scale for a particular key. So the root is the formula is the root, then tone, semitone, tone, semitone. So you can memorize it as root key, tone, semitone, tone, semitone. root key, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. I told you what. I told you that when you say something is a tone, you skip the next key before it and go to the next. When it's a semitone, you don't skip any key. That's what I said in that lesson. So once you find your root key, let's say we want to play on A, so that you can help yourself by maybe if you have a marker you're still confused with the key, you can help yourself by making use of a marker. Now you want to play for A, okay, you just tap it there. Then you just say tone, that is your root key. Make sure the first one is always your root key. Then you now go tone, you are skipping this. Just mark a little mark there. Then what is the next one? Tone. So you are skipping the. So you know that I don't know how you're going to mark this now. This is already black. So we have tone. Then the next one, according to the formula, is a semitone. So in semitone, you know you're not skipping anything. You just. Then the next one is a tone. You are skipping this one. So the next one is a tone. Is a tone. So let's go back. We have the root key. We have tone, tone, semitone. Then we have tone, 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 semitone. Okay, that is the formula. If you go through the formula, so you can now play the root key. So you know the sulfur notes: do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. If you are making use of sulfur notation, so that is for A. So that is how to get it out. So you practice the skill. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to 1. So make sure you mark. So you make sure you mark that. So that is the major key. You can try that for another key. Okay. This is permanent marker. Okay, you can try that for another key. Let's try it for what key? This is what? C sharp. So what you do is you get the root, as I said. Then the formula is tone, tone. You are skipping this one. Tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Can you see that? Root key, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So those are according to the formula I gave you. So you try that for that. Then this is the down go tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone, skip this, tone, skip this, semitone. So you can see that those are the. Now the key of C is very unique because all of the notes are white, so it's easier for you to grasp. Now you try for F. Also, you still apply the same method. This is F, right? Then you say tone, tone, semitone. So I'm not skipping. Tone, skip this. Tone, skip, tone, semitone. So that is it. So first of all, pick the root, then get the scale for it. So what you are going after getting it, what you should do is finger positioning. Let's say you are on C now. Let's play for C. So you have gotten the root. You just make use of the 4 fingers. First 4, you just go with your thumb first. Can you see that? Do, re, mi, fa. Then you can play back and forth. So then you return back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is 1 high, high 1. So those are the major scale, and that is how you make use of the tone and semitone too. So this is constant. You just memorize it. Now let's look at the second type of scale, which is the minor scale. Now the minor scale sounds a bit sad or emotional, so it's often used in slow songs and songs with a deeper feeling. There are actually 3 types of minor scale, which are natural minor scale, harmonic minor scale, and melodic minor. But for now, we are just focused on the natural minor scale. So the pattern for a natural minor scale is the root key, the tone, you move a tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone. So you have, let's say you are playing on C. Okay, now you now move a tone. Yeah, that is you're skipping that. Then you move a semitone. Okay, then you now move a tone, you skip. Now you now move a tone, you skip this. Now you move a semitone. Now you move a tone, you skip to this one. Now you move a tone. So that is the line for it. So you can make use of your marker there and you just mark a minor scale for, then you practice on it. The same thing. Let's try on F now. We have F. This is a F, the minor, natural minor scale for F. You now move a tone. Root. You move a semitone. You move a tone. You move a tone. You move a semitone. You move a tone. You move a tone. So that is a scale for it. So you can mark that out and you just practice it. Let's look at A. Okay, this is A now. Okay, now play the minor scale for A. The root, you first of all you get A as your root. Then you now move a tone. You move a semitone. You move a tone. You move a tone. You move a semitone. You move a tone. You move a tone. So you can see A is all white. So in the major scale, you discover that all the white keys are C. But in the minor scale, all the white keys are A. So you can start with that to practice with it to just get the minor scale. Okay. So you play. So you can just keep on trying other key. Let's say D. This the key of D. What's the minor scale for D? You just if you go on with the formula, you're going to get have tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, and tone. So we have can keep on playing that. Let's look at chromatic scale. Now the chromatic scale for the chromatic scale, it includes all the keys on the piano, both the white, the black, and it moves in all semitones. But you must indicate your root key. It's very important. So it's starting from your root key to the next key. Let's say you are playing C. This C. Okay, you are going to start your from the beginning of your C to the next C, you just take all the semitones. Can you see I'm not skipping any key? That is a chromatic scale. Okay, what is the chromatic scale for C sharp? So that means we are starting at C sharp as our root key. The root key is you play all this. To the next C sharp. F, okay. F is the root key. So you just play without skipping any key. So that is chromatic scale. So they root and then have semitones. I'll move over to the pentatonic scale. The word penta means 5. That's 5. So pentatonic scale is made up of 5 notes. You will notice it's one of the easiest and most beautiful scales to play. It's very common in African music. So we have 2 types of pentatonic scale. We have the major pentatonic scale and the minor pentatonic scale. So let's look at the formula for the major pentatonic scale. We have I told you when you see tone and a half, that is tone and a half, means you should move 3 semitones before playing. That is, if you see tone and a half, that means I'll count 1, 2, 3. That is the next I'm supposed to play. Tone, tone and half. I'm moving a tone, then half means semitone. So now the pentatonic scale is this. Your root key. Let's say we are taking F. Tone and half. So you are moving a tone and half. Okay. Then tone and half. So what do we have there? That is for F. So the pentatonic scale, major pentatonic scale here, just okay. The same thing for C. Okay, you are moving the tone. This is our root. Okay, you are moving the tone. You are moving a tone. You are moving a tone and half. So you have a tone and half. That means you are moving a tone and half. That means this is a tone, then half. Okay, then you move a tone, skipping this. Then move a tone and half, tone, then half. Okay, so all the scales we have for C now is going to be so there are actually 5. You know, this is C, this is C. So we are just counting one C. So we are playing 5 notes. You're skipping this one. So if you are counting, you just count. Since you are not counting, you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 5. 5. Then this C. Since this is C and this is C, they are all the same thing. So that is why it's pentatonic scale, 5 scale. But you just complete the cycle. You just play. So that is pentatonic scale. The major pentatonic scale. So okay, let's look at the minor pentatonic scale. Okay, let's say D. This is D, right? Okay. How we get in the minor scale? So we are going to look at it. Okay, this is our root. Since this D, so you are moving half. You are moving a tone. A tone is you skip one move, and half. I told you half. You don't use the next one. Half it means it's semitone. Okay. Then we move a tone. You skip this and come here. We move a tone again. You skip this, come here. We move a tone. This is a tone and half. Then we now have a tone. Skip this to this one. So that is the scale for now D. Minor scale. So if you are playing, just play. So you should try to give yourself these exercises just with the formula I've given on. You select a root key and find out the scale for that key. You should know the particular scale you want to find out, and you find out the scale. Okay, let's say let's move to the next scale, which is the blues scale. Blues scale is just an extra addition of some extra addition to the pentatonic scale to spice it up. Okay, so if let's say so for the blues scale, just to add extra spice to the pentatonic scale. So for now, that's the formula for it. The steps are just the root key, the tone, semitone, a tone and half, and a tone. So you can just go through that on the keyboard. So we'll draw the curtain here today. So what you do is you just, for each of the scale, go through it and get used to the scale. Next lesson is going to be on chord, building chord and chord progression.